What's going on, my peoples? It's Shae here, and today I'm going to be breaking down the 12 Bande Varinder Brar drill remix. As you guys know, this one went absolutely crazy in India and around the world. It's a big massive shout out to Varinder Brar for doing this thing, and a big massive shout out to all my Indian supporters as well. I see you guys in the comments every time, so yeah, big massive shout out to you guys too, man. But yeah, this one went crazy. I think we're on like 1 million plays nearly on SoundCloud now, which is mad. And yeah, like I found this mad stat about it that it went #1 in the UAE, which is like incredible. So I didn't even know that, I just found it out. So big massive shout out to my UAE supporters as well. Yeah, let's get right into this one. So typically with these beats, I like to go for like a classical sort of drill fusion. And yeah, this is what I've done with it. So I'm going to show you guys the beat, I'm going to play it, and then we're going to get into some of those classical elements and dive into it a bit more. So yeah, man, let's dive into this one because I'm excited. So yeah, at the beginning I've used in this 8-bar loop, basically I've taken these elements and I've put them underwater. So all of these classical orchestral elements have been automated. So what I wanted to do was create sort of this big drop here. So like during, I think it's like, yeah, here, the 7th or 8th bar. So it's like cut out, and basically what I wanted to do is kind of create like an impact within the beat. And then yeah, I've added like some more like drill effects at the bottom here, crashes and rises and stuff like that. But yeah, that's basically the 8-bar loop. So it's just strings and brass elements that I've added at the beginning. And then throughout the beat, I've actually got 2 string patterns going on. But yeah, I've got 3 different sections. So this first section here, I'll play it on its own, and then we'll dive into it. So yeah, literally on my old computer, because this was actually a project I made on my old one, and I was going to try record on there, but the CPU is just terrible. So I've had to take some elements over here on my new one, but some of the plugins aren't available, unfortunately. So the plugins that I used was an old plugin on my older computer called Fingerprint. And essentially what I'd done is, by my mistake, I actually imported like multiple plugins into one. So I had so many different plugins on one big plugin. And essentially what I'd done is I'd created like different preset banks for different orchestral elements. So there was one element or preset, I should say, called Arabian Night that I used for the string patterns. And yeah, it just sounded like it fit the beat really well. Obviously over the vocal, it wasn't really too powering. So yeah, I've just used a little bit of EQ in it as well. Nothing too, you know, crazy. But I think, yeah, pitch shift and EQ, all of that sort of stuff, because I like layering all my sounds and stuff as well. So yeah, that's literally the first part, or the chorus sections, I should say, of those strings. And then the verse bits, I'll play it on its own. Is literally just pitched down. So all I've done is I've put some of the elements underwater as well, some of those background orchestral elements, and then the actual strings at the forefront, I've just pitched them down by 12 semitones here using just a simple pitch shifter. So yeah, that's pretty much the second section on his verses. And then on the build-up bits, I've actually got a second string pattern. So completely different string pattern this time, just to give it a bit more like a different variety in the beat. So yeah, that is like all of the orchestral elements involved. So yeah, literally I've used just preset banks and different orchestral banks and stuff like that that sounded real to fit the beat. And that is the structure of it pretty much. So you can see it goes throughout the beat the same way. So yeah, that's all the main elements covered. So we'll move on to the 808s. Now, you can see here there's 5 808s, and you're probably thinking, why has Shae used 5 different 808s? Well, the reason behind this was because I wanted to layer different 808s together and merge them together. So I've actually used different like plugins on my other older computer, like stereo spread and exciter, phase distortion, all these different things. And what I've done is I've actually came up with different patterns on top of each other, and stuff like that. So I'll play it for you guys and then we'll dive into it. This is like the main 808, as you can see from the waveform. But then you can kind of hear like this sort of like echoed 808. I think it might be either this one or the last one. So yeah, that's like the one that comes on the drop. And then this is one of the layers. And then that's another layer. And then that's another layer. So yeah, there's 3 different layers basically on the 808 there, and then you've got the main 808 on top, and then you've got this sort of like affected 808 that has like echo and reverb and stuff like that on top. So yeah, 5 different 808 sounds on one, but it works. So yeah, it came out really well. And then for the kick here, I've just got my kick, the Shae kick. I've put that through Alchemy. I've put a little bit of overdrive on it as well. So yeah, just a simple kick. Just a simple kick like that. And then yeah, from here I've got I think 3 different clap elements. Simple pattern as well to go with the beat. Again, just a bit of overdrive, a little bit of EQ just to clean up the sounds. And then yeah, hi-hats, 5 different sounds on the hi-hats. So these drumstick hi-hats, Afro drums, I've put together because what it is, I don't like the drum pack sound sometimes. When you download drum packs or like you have hi-hat sounds, sometimes they sound a bit thin. So I like to kind of make my own sounds on top of the, you know, the default sounds there or the preset. So I've done that and I've just merged them together. So this is the pattern. So yeah, just a nice simple drill pattern there. Again, EQ, Alchemy, yeah, not too much going on in that. Just, you know, EQing out the low ends and just to clean up muddiness. And then yeah, just, you know, taking out those high ends a little bit just so it's not too harsh. But yeah, literally that's the drums. And then here I've got a few other effects as well. So I've used what's called a downlifter. So it's basically the opposite of a riser. And that goes in just before the drop. So I've used reverb on that from my older computer onto this one. And then I've got 2 risers actually on this one. Let's see. Yeah, I've got 2. That goes into the drop. Again, reverb and stuff like that. And then I think here I've got the crash sound. So yeah, typical crash sound for your drill beat. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all the elements used in the track. The vocals I kept the same because they were obviously Varinder Brar's official vocals. I didn't really want to change them too much. I think I did add a little bit of reverb on the main vocal, but that was it. There's nothing really too crazy going on. But yeah, like maybe a bit of EQ and overdrive just to clean it up. Yeah, I did add a bit of reverb on the main vocal too. But yeah, it was very little because I didn't want to, you know, make it a bit more like muddy and stuff from the original and stuff like that. And then yeah, on this one here, I've got Clip Freak again, so the soft clipper that I usually use, and it's just to, you know, make the mix overall louder and also the drill beat punch a bit more harder. The song, the track, you know, punches much more harder too. So that's basically what I usually use, even, you know, for my remixes too. So that's pretty much the whole beat. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that breakdown. Let me know in the comments what you guys like to see next, because I've got tons and tons of beats to go through. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and let me know what remix I should break down next in the comment section below.